the reality is you start questioning, am I not good enough? Am I not doing enough? Welcome, tribe. I'm Sanetli. This is a space for honest conversations about healing, about confidence, about feminine power, reality in all things women. If you are rebuilding your life, rediscovering yourself, or just learning to believe in who you are in the right space. For years, I have been pouring from an empty cup, not knowing that I was destroying myself. I taught myself over the years on how to please people. I have always overextended myself, always been there for everyone, thinking that being strong was something good, not knowing that it was tearing me apart. Because at the end of the day, what I have realized now in life is that I was pouring from an empty cup. I was giving so much of myself, and when I was not getting that in return, resentment was built towards these individuals that I have poured so much into, because I had so much expectations, thinking that if I do pour so much of myself, they would do the same for me. But that's not how it goes. And that has only made me become so insecure about myself, because the reality is you start questioning, am I not good enough? Am I not doing enough? You know, and it throws you off course from who you are, if I'm making sense. So I discovered that in life you don't have to pour from an empty cup. In life you don't have to give so much of yourself that you neglect you. You are only responsible for your life. You're only responsible for yourself. That everybody else is looking after themselves, but you are looking out for everyone else but yourself. Who is looking out for you? What happens to you? So that made me become selfish. Selfish in a sense where um, it's not about anyone else, it's about me. If I'm happy, if I'm fulfilled, then I pour out that happiness to the others without any expectations, because it's coming from a place of fulfillment. It's coming from a place of content and gratitude, that I don't feel that it's hard work or it is work me pouring into the next person. So isolation has been one of my biggest strengths, I should say, because through isolation I have realized that um, me being still, I have learned to hear the voice of God in what my life should be and what it entails. I have not been living up to my full potential simply because I have been all over the place. And one of the contributing factors, which is just a reality, is that we scroll so much on social media and we see so much perfection on social media that we believe that we need to be perfect. And that brings me to where I am now. I have contemplated about this for over 6, 7 years, having to create this platform. because I thought that I should have the best camera, I should have the best lights, I should, you know, have the best setup. But that is not growth. That is not the reality of life. You need to start with what you have and where you are. There's so many young people that are coming out now that are displaying their lives as is. They are not seeking for validation. They are not seeking for a perfection. You know, they are just purely documenting their lives. And that is an inspiration for the next person who thought that, oh, I need to be perfect to do this and that and that. So I have really grown to be a selfish person, selfish in a very good way. Don't get me wrong. Selfish in a very good way, where now, because I'm pouring into me, I have so much to give. You know, I have the courage to do whatever it is that I never thought I would do. I have the I have created an atmosphere for myself for greatness with no one's approval. And when you operate from that space of not seeking approval, of not caring what the next person thinks, because best believe me, people will always have something to say. So if you operate from a place of gratitude, of fulfillment, you can only birth greatness. And it had to take me so long for me to realize that, simply because, first of all, the people that I surrounded myself with lived a very superficial life, which made one think that, you know, you need to live for others. I have a purpose, and my purpose is to be the light in somebody else's life. That is my purpose. That is why I'm on earth, is to be the light in somebody else's life. And for me to create, for this person to be birthed, is because I created a space of safety for myself and safety for others to be able to come and also uh, um, be vulnerable. Because what society is making us believe is that vulnerability is a curse, vulnerability is weakness, which is not the case. So I'm just grateful for having to have found my purpose. And when you do find your purpose, it's not work anymore. For me to actually do this video, I have contemplated for over 6 years, and I always have thought of perfection. But for me to do it today is because I realized that there is nothing more greater than fulfilling your life purpose. There is nothing more greater than you being your full potential. So I didn't think this video would be long. I don't want to make this video long because this is really just an introduction to the type of content that I will be creating on my channel. And this video is not going to be edited. It's not going to be polished. It's going to be as raw as I am. That is who I am naturally. I'm raw. For those who know me that I speak my mind with no filters. And it's purely because I always operate from a place of love. And we will speak about this. We will speak about this on another episode, where operating from a place of love also does not mean that you should be so blunt that it comes off as you being full of yourself. I don't know if I'm making sense, but also when you do, sometimes when you give a message across, it might, for me, it might seem that it's coming from a place of love and I'm giving it to this person because I love them. But how I deliver that message might not be received that way. And that is one of the things that I have learned to work on, because I always give the best advice, but how I deliver it has always been an issue. So we'll talk about that in the next episode as well. And I just want to thank you guys for being here. I hope that you find your home here. I hope that you guys will love it here. I hope that we create a tribe of powerful women, of feminine women, of courageous women, of just greatness all in all. So thank you guys so much for being here.